Oh. G'day. Time to have a glass of wine and pretend like it's isolation. Now, apologies for the delay. I was supposed to do episodes 5 and 6 on Monday and Tuesday last week. And then obviously we got out of isolation and just became incredibly busy again. And then with the new website and all the rest, here we are. So today we are going to have a glass of Domaine Alain Chavy Bourgogne Blanc, one of the great value white Burgundy wines. So, Domaine Alain Chavy, Puligny Montrachet producers, based almost entirely within Puligny Montrachet, except for Saint-Barth Premier Cru en Remy, and also a little Bourgogne Blanc classed vineyard in Meursault, just over the border of Puligny Montrachet. So, yeah. Puligny. Now, this particular wine comes from all within, just got to give it some more gas. All within Puligny Montrachet, except for that one little block that's just outside of Puligny in Meursault on the flats. And it's unmistakably Puligny on the nose. It's that classic sort of bruised preserved lemon that gives it a little bit of sort of saltiness, but it's a little bit riper than just a preserved lemon. There's beautiful sort of orchard fruits, but very sort of wild orchard fruits, like a mix between sort of slightly unripe sort of nectarine and slightly sort of ripe peach and the like. But all the while there is this incredible sort of beautiful sort of gunflint sort of lift, sort of tension throughout the wine, which is just classic of Puligny Montrachet. You know, if you look at Puligny Montrachet in regards to style compared to Chassagne and Meursault, you know, the way you'd describe Puligny is it's got a steely backbone, floral nose, depending on the terroir or the winemaking decisions, definitely a bit of a gunflint. And that's where that sort of gunflint sort of struck match came from. You know, the classics are Domaine Laflave and Coast Jury that sort of brought that on. Coast Jury in some years, I mean, they've probably got a name for having it more than they probably do have in their wines. Then if you go to the extremes of the style, Etienne Sauzet from Puligny Montrachet probably is the person that sort of, really hangs his hat on that style, but still really quite good. But this for $36 is just ridiculous. It's like a $36 mini Puligny Montrachet, and it's just delicious. It's exactly that. Steely backbone, nice sort of pithiness, little bit of saltiness, but lots of sort of not overwhelming and not in like a sort of a very, worked way, but it does have a little bit of, sort of exoticism to it in regards to fruit. But the nice thing about it is it's balanced out with sort of some slightly unripe sort of stone fruits, like the nectarine that we mentioned before. And that's what sort of makes it a little bit sort of interesting. And that is probably sort of, like a bit of a character from being a Bourgogne Blanc, slightly higher yields. There's going to be some parcels which are a little bit riper and some parcels which just don't quite reach the ripeness. And in terms of drinking, that's actually really nice. It makes sense. Now, on the palate, You know, I was going to say the difference between this and the Puligny Montrachet is probably the concentration and the length. And concentration, definitely. You know, his Puligny Montrachet is a bit of a step up. I think it's about $107. But it's all very much the same sort of qualities and characteristics, but just on another level. And it's much more concentrated and will evolve in time and become a really beautiful wine. And, you know, I'm not bullshitting anyone, the Puligny Montrachet is a better wine, but it's also, you know, three times the price. So this, if you want to understand Puligny Montrachet, is probably the best way to get into it. Now, I'm going to keep burning along. And g'day, Wilk, the next door neighbours. And we'll see you for the next episode. All the best.